In Nine Lies About Work, authors Marcus Buckingham and Ashley Goodall argue that the idea that people care which company they work for is a myth. They contend that it is not the company's overall reputation or brand that primarily influences employees' engagement and performance, but rather the quality of their immediate team and manager. The authors suggest that the work environment created by an employee's direct supervisor and team members has a far greater impact on their satisfaction, engagement, and productivity than the company's overall brand or reputation. Factors such as the relationships between team members, the quality of communication, the level of support and encouragement from the manager, and the alignment of an employee's strengths with their role and responsibilities are all critical in determining their level of engagement and commitment to their work. This perspective challenges the idea that organizations can create a uniform culture and work experience for all employees. Instead, it highlights the importance of individual teams and managers in shaping an employee's experience and satisfaction within a company. In this context, the quality of leadership at a team level becomes paramount, as effective managers can create an environment that fosters employee engagement, productivity, and well-being. Buckingham and Goodall's argument that people care more about their immediate work environment than the company they work for has important implications for organizations and leaders. It suggests that companies should focus on developing effective managers and nurturing strong team dynamics to drive employee engagement and performance, rather than relying solely on their overall brand or reputation. By investing in the development of strong team leaders and cultivating a culture of support, communication, and collaboration at the team level, organizations can create an environment in which employees are more likely to be engaged, productive, and committed to their work.
Is it true that companies, whether it's Gallup, which I joined, or whether it's Goldman Sachs, or whether it's Facebook, is it true that Facebook has one definable culture? Is it true that Gallup has one definable culture? I know the leaders of those companies would like that to be true, because then they can talk about it, define it, and then we can live within it. But is that true? I'll tell you about my experience. I was with Gallup for 16, 17 years, and although I joined with this certain kind of culture as a promise, come join what we're trying to do, here's our mission, here's our vision, here's our values. My actual experience at this company varied hugely. And my experience of that company, when you sit and chat about it with somebody in the cafeteria, seems to vary hugely from another person's experience of the same company at the same time. And I'm not talking about somebody living or working in some other part of the Gallup organization. I mean somebody doing the same job as me, in the same little town in the Midwest as me. When we would chat about what's it like, how does it feel to you, how energized are you, how focused are you, how recognized are you, how much development do you seem to be getting, and all of those things seem to vary hugely inside the company. I bet you've had that same feeling, haven't you? You've had that same feeling that culture that you're joining isn't monolithic. And then over the course of time, I bet you felt this too, even if you've stayed at the same company over the same period of time. Longitudinally, your experience seems to change, doesn't it? Your experience of the company at one time feels energizing and invigorating, and then maybe 6 months later, you're stressed and you're anxious and you're smaller and you're more vigilant to protect yourself. Whereas before you were expansive and now you're like, ugh. And it's the same company. Your card says the same thing, as it were, but the experience is so different. We've all had this, haven't we? If a company's culture is definable and monolithic, why is the actual experience of working so different, yours to another person's in the same company, and so different yours to yours over time? Why? When all the things that actually drive your performance and your engagement and your creativity and your innovation, when those things seem to vary so much, person to person and across time, how does a monolithic culture speak to that variation? Speak to that difference, that real world 2-foot level difference of what it's like to go work in a place?
Yes, it is a comfortable and convenient concept that one company has one culture and that people deeply care about that culture. The truth is different. The truth is that people care which company they join. I joined Gallup. You read Fortune magazine to figure out which companies to join. And companies do all sorts of things to try to lure you in to get you to join. But once you've joined, how long you stay and how productive you are while you're there and how engaged you are seems to be driven by other things entirely.
Apple Incorporated, the multinational technology company known for its innovative products and services, provides a useful example for understanding the argument made by Marcus Buckingham and Ashley Goodall in 9 Lies About Work. Apple has a strong brand reputation and is often considered one of the most valuable and influential companies in the world. While many people may be drawn to work for Apple due to its prestige and industry-leading products, Buckingham and Goodall's argument would suggest that an employee's experience at Apple would be primarily determined by their immediate team and manager, rather than the company's overall brand and reputation. For instance, within Apple, there are numerous teams working on different projects, ranging from hardware design and software development to marketing and customer support. An employee's satisfaction, engagement, and productivity at Apple would be heavily influenced by the dynamics within their specific team, their relationship with their colleagues, and the support and guidance provided by their manager. If an employee finds themselves in a team with strong leadership and a supportive, collaborative environment, they are more likely to have a positive experience working at Apple. Conversely, if an employee is part of a team with poor leadership, ineffective communication, or a lack of alignment with their strengths and interests, their experience at Apple could be less satisfying, regardless of the company's strong brand and reputation. This example illustrates the importance of focusing on team dynamics and leadership at a micro level within organizations, even in the context of a globally recognized brand like Apple. By cultivating strong leadership and fostering a positive, collaborative work environment at the team level, Apple can ensure that its employees are engaged and productive, ultimately contributing to the company's overall success and innovation. In 9 Lies About Work, Marcus Buckingham and Ashley Goodall discuss various aspects of effective team leadership. While they don't explicitly outline 3 specific things that work for a team leader, they do emphasize several key principles that contribute to successful team management. Here are 3 important takeaways from the book that can be applied to team leadership. Focus on individual strengths. Buckingham and Goodall argue that the most effective team leaders recognize the unique strengths and talents of each team member and seek to leverage those strengths to optimize the team's performance. By understanding what each person does best, leaders can assign tasks and responsibilities that align with their team members' natural abilities, ultimately leading to greater engagement, productivity, and satisfaction. Provide frequent attention and recognition. The authors challenge the traditional notion of feedback as the primary tool for enhancing employee performance. Instead, they suggest that team leaders should focus on providing regular attention and recognition to their team members. This involves acknowledging their accomplishments, reinforcing positive behaviors, and offering guidance and support for their ongoing development. By recognizing and celebrating the successes of their team members, leaders can help to create a positive work environment that fosters engagement and commitment. Create an environment of psychological safety and trust. Buckingham and Goodall emphasize the importance of cultivating a team culture characterized by psychological safety and trust. This means creating an environment where team members feel comfortable sharing their ideas, opinions, and concerns without fear of judgment or repercussions. An effective team leader encourages open communication, listens actively, and supports their team members in their work. By fostering a sense of trust and psychological safety, leaders can empower their teams to take risks, innovate, and collaborate more effectively. These 3 principles, while not explicitly outlined as a list in 9 Lies About Work, represent some of the key insights from the book that can help team leaders create a more engaged, productive, and satisfied workforce. By focusing on individual strengths, providing frequent attention and recognition, and fostering psychological safety and trust, team leaders can create an environment that drives success both for their team members and for the organization as a whole.